Because I ain't got no life, I've often thought about what makes an expensive knife worth its value or its price. How about price instead of value? Like, I don't know what Chris Reeves' wife pays for their bulk S35 VN, or how excited you were to travel to Europe to buy a lathe. So now your knives cost even more, bro. Which begats the old sale thread. This is my Grail knife, and that's why it pains me to sell it in unused condition. Or the pig carcasses in thousands used to make your internet videos. Then there's that, what percentage of your USA-made knives are outsourced to China? Or what profit margin is acceptable to retain a team of lawyers to keep internet reviewers in check? Like, I really don't know, and I've spent too much of my not valuable time thinking about it. But what I do know is everyone has a thing that they have a hard time justifying the price to people not into that thing when those people ask, hey, how much did that cost? For me, the Hawk Knives MUDD Auto is one of those things. It's like buying a luxury car. You don't pay necessarily for more reliability or durability, or it gets you faster from point A to point B because of speed limits, but more for being in an exclusive club of assholes that like to show everyone else how they like slightly nicer things than everyone else. But let's look at the dimensions, like the overall length and weight. So what made you sell your Grail knife you bought 2 months ago? Blade length and cutting edge. Sir Meow's Lot tested positive for PCP again. Need funds fast to send to cat rehab. Price firm. Handle size and grip area.
Turns out you can get a fungal infection from sharing yak hair cod pieces. Need to see a specialist immediately. Trades welcome.
Of course they are. Spine thickness and handle thickness and behind the edge. Or, you know what? Maybe you finally learned that material objects just can't fill that hole, and you've donated all your possessions to charity. Tallnesses. I said fill that hole. The Hawk MUDD not only looks cool, but is a fairly unique auto. The whole idea behind it is to have a completely sealed action, which is a combination of the pivot lock and switch mechanism, so that it can't get gunked up, and then to charge you $390 for it. The MUDD's parts are made in the USA by a company called M.U.D D, and Gavin and Grant Hawk's small team assembled the knives and QC each one. So let's look at the blade first. The blade is made from a stone-washed 20 CV blade steel and what looks like a slight hollow grind. 20 CV is considered by knife experts who use and don't use their knives alike to be a premium steel. 20 CV has a high corrosion resistant, excellent edge retention, but is kind of hard to sharpen. It's similar in the composition to M390, and in case you're wondering, I have not had to sharpen it yet. The blade is a good everyday carry size with a little over 3 inch of a cutting edge. Although I do have lighter knives with longer cutting edges, I'm willing to break my under 4 ounce rule for this one. Or my over 4 ounce rule for this one. And not because I feel guilty about the price, okay? Deployment and lockup. It's an auto because the world is unfair and cruel. That means it's not legal to possess on or in your body in a lot of areas. The action is handled by a switch on the side that slides. Slide back to deploy. Deployment is quick and consistent and not quite as obnoxiously loud as an out-the-front automatic, like a Benchmade Pagan or even other out-the-side automatics or single-action automatics, whatever you want to call them. I had a Kershaw Launch 4 or 5 auto once, and it locked up maybe 7 out of 10 times. Kept me from ever wanting a Kershaw auto again. Now, the drawback to a single-action auto is they're not as easy to close one-handed as something cool and snappy like a knife with an axis lock, like a Benchmade 940, or a compression lock like on a Spyderco Paramilitary 2. And truth be told, if you can't deploy an axis lock as quickly and as consistently as an auto, you suck and should really think about starting a YouTube channel. I can close it one-handed just fine, pull back on the lock with the thumb, and ease the blade closed with my pointer finger. There's resistance, of course, but I've been working out. One of the things that may not be appreciated as much is the attention to detail, the small ones. However, us knife fondlers will instantly pick up on it. For example, this Riot-made Orca, which is about a $350 knife. When caressing it down, you'll notice some edgy, uncomfortable areas that haven't been knocked down, chamfered, or tumbled. Then you might furrow your brow. The MUDD has none of these areas. Close inspection of the MUDD shows you that you literally have no life or friends, but there's also many bevels and tumbled areas that give the knife a pleasant hand, body cavity, and mouthfeel. The areas of texture, like the G10 scales and the button, and blade spine jimping, give traction where it's needed and not vulgar, sharp parts where they're not needed. Simpler constructed knives like the Paramilitary 2 also have a good hand feel and mouth feel, but in my opinion, car payment knives shouldn't have issues like this. So what does all this mean? That means it translates into a comfortable to hold handle and its slightly unusual shape as bearable because of those considerations to knocking down harsh edges. Since the handle slightly sacrifices ergonomics for its design, it might not work for larger, more tactical hands. The liners are lightweight aluminum, and the scales are G10. It comes in a few different color options, but this and the carbon fiber are my two favorites. Can we say colorways? Is this a shoe review? The pocket clip. Deep carry, great. It isn't edgy, again, because it's been tumbled. It's swappable to the right or left side. I'm sure the pocket clip perfectionists out there might have some words with it, but for my tastes, it's about perfect. It's functional and most importantly, blends in well with the blade and the handle. The springiness is on point, not too hard on the pocket, and easy to slide in and out slowly and creepily for the camera. Tip up only. Comparisons. First, the M.U.D. It's hard to say exactly why I like the M.U.D. I've tried to in this video, but most of all, it's just a good looking knife to me. Hawk Knives has been refining this knife's design for years, slimming it down, making it lighter and cheaper, and it shows. A lot has to be said for a company making a few things and making them well. And then there's just Boker, AK-47. A subscriber gave this to me some time back. It's an old one, and I've had every intention of reviewing it, but just haven't yet. Good cheap auto. Remember, autos really aren't my thing, at least, single action autos. They really got to be pretty for me to like. The AK ain't pretty to me, at least, but maybe it is to you. Now, the Orca, since I mentioned it earlier. I plan on reviewing this soon, but here it is now. It's a pretty good knife. Not my favorite visually. It weighs about the same as the M.U.D. I don't know. The lock disengagement could be better. I get my finger pinched between the scales and liner. Like, not enough to really hurt, but enough for it to be mildly annoying and bug me and whine about it on the internet. Now the Cold Steel Broken Skull. This knife might make a lot more sense for people who use their knives. The styling isn't my favorite, but it's very lightweight and has a big-ass wrestler-endorsed blade. And how about the Benchmade Pagan for just a second here? This is a dual action. Is it dual or double? I just had this conversation recently. Dual means single switch operates it. Double means you can deploy a single action with a thumb stud. That's not confusing, is it? So this is a dual action auto. Push out for the blade to go out, pull back and the blade comes back in. Yeah, it's a chisel grind, so chisel grinds really aren't my thing. They cut in odd ways and you have to be mindful of that when you're cutting something and cut certain things. Sounds like a good thing for a knife to be, right? All right, wrapping it up. No one can make you like or dislike a knife unless, of course, they're holding that knife to your throat. However, you've been training for this by taking your tactical classes, so you should be able to take them, or her. Automatic knives, despite what you've been told, aren't any more dangerous or scary, or even really deploy faster than a good modern knife with a fast deploying blade and lock. I can deploy the paramilitary 2 or Benchmade FAC just as quickly and close them easier than this knife. However, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid here. Hawk is a small company that takes care in designing their knives. And I kind of buy into the small company scarcity thing where you have to sign up for a list and be quick about it to buy them. Looks like this knife won't be able to be purchased again until 2020 because Hawk is focused on producing the $1,000 deadlock, or more depending on the options. I don't like all of Hawk's designs, but I like the Orbit, the M.U.D, and the deadlock all pretty well. The M.U.D has quickly become one of my favorite knives, although sometimes I do like the carbon fiber look a little bit better. Anyway, if you like this sort of review, please follow me on Instagram. I've been posting more regularly over there than here lately. Just haven't had a quiet Saturday or Sunday to record my dumb knife voiceovers for the past few weeks. Promise I'm not going anywhere. I got a lot of knives left to review. Just signed a lease on a house with a backyard, so look for my fixed blade whack-offs to resume in a month or two. Donate to my Patreon. A few bucks a month because it helps me afford knives to buy to review and stay sponsorship free outside of the occasional manufacturer donated knife. So like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching.